Welcome back. In the previous episodes, we started taking the celica apart for paint, but found a lot of rust in the front. So in this one, we're continuing to getting to the bottom of all this stuff.
Not really paint prepping right now. Alright, I'll just show you what we're working with here. So this is the skin layer on the front fender well. This is the frame rails. This is the front cross member. So this piece of rusty shit is actually normally made up of 3 layers. The outer skin, which goes on the outer side. Then there is an extra bit, like you see here, that is meant for front bumper support. But that is just all rusted through. Just look at that. Caved in. Then they, I think, attempt to save it by putting this bracket on the outside with a few nuts in it, but that's also completely gone. So this was probably what should have been done, like when they covered all this crap up. I can't believe people would do that. I get it. Maybe they want to sell the car, and at the time of the crime, it probably wasn't worth as much as it is right now. But still, come on, man. It takes a lot of time to do all this Bondo work and getting like kind of fitting. So I would reckon it would have been just as fast as just changing it. So now I'm going to be cutting all this rust off. I'm going to be changing this lip, and I'm going to take the outer skin off down here. And then I'm going to build it up with the, first of all, the backing of the frame rails, the piece for the front bumper support, and then the outer skin is going to be one piece. So we're not going to get all these welds and crusty things. And then at last, I'm going to be making this piece, which is going to be the one with the folded lip that the front plate attached to. So a little bit of work, but nothing that can't be done. Okay, having built this all back up, not too shabby. New bracket for the outside for the front bumper support, which it's gonna have 3 plug welds, and it's through 2 layers of steel, so that'll hold the front bumper support. While I was doing that, I was wondering how much shit is gonna be in here. And sorry, let me get this out of the way. Normally this sits here, the ignition coil, and we also have the This is some charging resistor stuff up here. But I'm kind of thinking, how much do I really need this? If I'm gonna split the harness anyway, I could move it to the other side, closer to the charger. And maybe I'll fit the coil down here, so it won't be in the way. That will give me some more space in the bay. I can clean this up a bit. I think that will look, well, better, because this is, it's a bit clouded, normally filled up with all kinds of crap. I'm really not a big fan of that. So the only thing I really need in the engine bay on this side is this bad boy here, which goes to this in line down here. And normally it's just fitted through this one in the radiator. As the lower one. Yeah, probably one of those. Doesn't really matter. I think this is going to be the only thing that I want over here. So cleaning it up a bit. I think I'm going to plug the holes, weld them shut, and it will be much nicer to look at. And when I get to this side, I think I'll do something sort of the same. We have the old, well, some of the old distributor for the wiring. All that needs to be redone anyway. This old coolant line that's been added here to the cabin heater, that is also done a bit funky. So, and it always was just zip tied on. Not really a big fan of that. So I think I'll be redoing that as well. But for now, I'm gonna be cleaning this up and making it ready for fitting the front, this cowl thing. Yeah, cool. Okay, this is becoming interesting, or not. In order to put this front cowl on, I am relying on this to be the exact place it needs to be, so I can bolt up the radiator, bolt it up top, and then I'll have all the places that I can spot weld and get the height and everything done, and have it sitting right. But as of now, I think I am going to need to pull the radiator, and probably also this. And how about this mess? As you know, I have been going through the electrics on this car sometime, and actually quite sometimes, but it just keeps on having some faults. So I was like, why not just pull the whole damn thing out? This entire front piece of the harness, it has all this crap, wires and whatnot, all kinds of stuff you don't need, stuff that was put on there when it had big rally for extra fog lights and stuff like that. So I think I will need to redo it at some point, so why not have a look at it now? Also, this is the positive terminal. This is the main that runs from the battery in the boot trunk up to this connector. Then it links over to this, and then it goes from here to whatever needs a positive. Also, the starter and the alternator is both bolted up to this. So this is really not the right way to do it. Also, I'm not using, what we got, 6 fuses, something like that. I think I'm using 2 of them, and that's for the lights. And I think I will be able to put this somewhere else. So, yeah, this is gonna suck hard. But in order to get this, you know, at some point neat looking, I think I have to address it. So all of the gremlings is coming back to haunt me. As I take care of one problem, the next one is just, yeah, lined up and ready to go. So, right, let's get this front pulled apart and see what we're dealing with. Okay, gotten a lot of things done, gotten a lot of things off. Still, this, hitting everything. This crap needs to go. It's basically just wires wrapped around wires with endless connections. Just, it is really bad. Lots of wires just cut off for no apparent reason. Oh yes. I'll have to trace them back to wherever they go or not go. And like I told you, this goodie, I don't even know what would happen if this would touch the chassis. I guess it would be amazing fireworks show. Also, this came off somewhere. This one, yeah. On the alternator. This wire just broke off yesterday. Just fiddling with it. So I guess it will never have had any charge going to the battery, but also probably why it was dying all the time. Yeah, woohoo. So this what's going into the car. Again, lots of connections. Yeah, basically goodies. So I think I will have to start taking this apart, just only adding whatever I need, getting rid of all this crap. Just so many connections. Oh, it's just really, really bad. Also, this is for the, you can't really see it, but this is totally melted out. This is for the rectifier, for the, yeah, totally brain meltdown. Oh yeah, also, this is like the 5th time that I get this amount of crap taken out of the harness. So this should, I hope, be some of the last. When I've removed all the wiring and stuff, there should be like nothing left. Maybe. Let's see. look at that. That cleaned it up pretty well. Not really that many wires left, just a few here for some ignition stuff. Yeah. Got rid of all this bird's nest over here. Got rid of it, well, can't just put it up there, but a lot of this stuff has to be redone. I think I'm just gonna make a complete new harness for everything, so instead of having all this taped off stuff and wires everywhere, to get it cleaned up, also started to have a look at this underneath this bird's nest. And we do have a little rust down here. Not so much in the front as on the other side, but I see this thick paint stuff is probably hiding something. So let's get all that stuff off. Also, I'm not gonna have the battery in its original location. So to clean this up too, I'm gonna be removing these brackets just by taking out the spot welds and keeping those if somebody wants to make it stock again at some point. Not me. Stock is boring, as you know. So yeah, let's destroy something original. Oh yeah, we got more rust. So underneath all this paint was, well, quite a thick layer of Bondo, especially down here. You see, why would you not want to fix something like this? Why you just want to cover it up? Well, to sell the car, I guess they would do shit like this, but come on, man, this is fucking horrible. Can't we just agree on just at least make an effort of just putting some new plate in there? I guess that would take about the same time as putting all this Bondo on and sanding it down, and you know, just annoying. So this last bracket here is gonna be, I don't know if I'm gonna cut it off or just try and get the spot welds, because it's also on this front piece. Anyways, let's just try and get it off and then just see how the rest looks, because if my suspicions is correct, this is not only going to be confined to this is going to be the same all around here where they put on this thick layer of paint. You can just hear it. It's not really making like a metal sound, it's just a thud. Also up here. So this is either a repair or else this is just more Bondo. So yeah, it's kind of weird though, because a lot of the car is really, really sound and, you know, not really that crusty. But then I suspect that some of it was made at some point and this was just covered up, considered like not important. So yeah, onwards. Yeah, not gonna lie, but I'm suspecting this was there when they put on the Bondo. So that is just really, really dumb. Like, come on, man. But the good news is everything seems to be in the original place. So I will be taking a lot of measurements to make sure we get this thing back on and aligned. And I think there's no way around it. I think we have to cut off this entire front piece. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. let me just show you what we're working with here. So this is the left side front cowl, and it just snaps right off. All this goodness. So this has basically been, yeah, you can see just hanging on by a thread. This is, I don't know, some kind of sealer, I don't know. So this wasn't even welded onto this piece as it should be. This is the piece that normally holds the battery tray that I cut off, the other piece here. So this needs to come off, and then I need to clean all this stuff up. See just how much is just, this is not metal, this is basically just this glue thing. So I'm just gonna pry the last one off here. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's bad, but as you know, nothing is ever so far gone that it can't be redone. But it is gonna take some work, I'm not gonna lie. I think we need to address this. I think we need to take this piece and cut it completely off, clean off all the frame rails and the front cross member, all the way back to the strut towers, and see what we're dealing with.